I'm nervous that my stamina is going to be shit and my coach is going to roast me, though. That's the truth. I fucking suck at boxing. When I say I did one fight before, it was like I look at the footage of that and I'm like, I know I have so much more to learn. We really only learn like the very surface level of what you could do in boxing, so I'm definitely excited to get it in. Today's the first day of our training camp for boxing. We have a fight in June, and today is our first day kind of settling into the boxing gym, getting back into the groove of things. I haven't worked out in a minute either, and yeah, today begins the journey of showing you guys what it's like behind the scenes to train for a fight like this, to train for something when you're really not, you know, somebody that does this type of thing. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling excited. Boxing is something that I have done before, but overall it is something that I'm excited to do again, and this time show you guys kind of the entire journey. I didn't get to do that last time I really did it, so it feels like a really good opportunity to show you guys what this progress is like and hopefully motivate you to either do boxing or do whatever it is that you may want to do. Yeah, so this fight is happening June 28th. And it's Creator Clash. It's a pretty large event that we partaked in last year. And our opponent, we have an idea of who he is. We're not too sure if it's locked in yet, but he does seem to have some like prior fighting experience before. And so now just seems like a time to like lock in and get this training camp going so that we're ready to go once that day comes around.
Race where you're at. Challenge yourself, but don't break yourself. All right, ready? Go. I'm Milan Kostic. I'm the founder of Prevail Boxing and one of Ali's coaches for his upcoming fight in Creator Clash. So today, since our first practice back, we're just gonna start with the fundamentals. So, you know, some of the conditioning, but skipping rope, some agility stuff, you know, shadow boxing. We'll be using bands, building up his strength and his conditioning, make sure his shoulders are good, some core work, and then we're always gonna do some skill work. We've got a training partner for him today. His name's Kuro. She's an upcoming amateur. So they'll be doing a bunch of stuff together, just dialing in technique and some practical scenarios that we can build off as training camp goes along.
Day one's tough. Just so unphysical. Being a gamer. Just fucking, it just really shows you that you ain't shit. That's what I like about boxing.
So we're gonna start off with 1-2. So nephew will attack you with a 1-2. You're gonna slip, and then you're gonna counter with the hook cross. So this way you kind of start working the sequence of attacking and defending, or if you, when we flip roles, you'll defend and then counter.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So from a very like basic perspective, like that's basically what's happening in a fight, right?
Yeah.
Defend or attack, defend, attack, defend. The first person to fall off that pattern usually loses.
Yeah.
Right. So we will be ready for that pattern to go indefinitely. How are we feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worked, but you know, it's been a while.
You got the right attitude. I know it's not easy, but
Yeah. It'll get better. It goes away.
Yep.
How long did you train last time?
Last time we trained less than 5 months? We had what,
I think it was like 3.5 months.
3.5, yeah.
Yeah. And then you knocked them out?
Round 1, KO.
Go.
We didn't go very easy on you though at training camp.
No, bro. No. Like, the sparring that we did, for that being like my first real sparring experience, was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Who was it? What's his name?
Joey.
Joey.
So Joey used to fight me in UFC.
Bruh.
No, I know Joey, yeah.
Okay,
Bro.
so
Does
that
Joey
was-
still come here?
No, we haven't seen him in a little while.
Damn.
But yeah, his sparring partners were primarily Joey, me, Gamo,
And Kai.
and Kai. And nobody took it even remotely easy. It was just like,
I mean,
Joey
that's what
greased
happened
my
for me.
rib.
oh, wait.
That's what happened for me when I first came.
Yeah,
Joey was like, block it,
Every-
block it,
What?
block it. Until I blocked it and I was like, ah.
When I first started, Kai would just like put me down every session until like I don't go down.
Yeah.
For the
That's how it
people that
is.
want to compete, though, that is just.
Part of
There's no nice way to do it, right?
Yeah.
What this is this is a zero-sum game. It's going to be you or the other person, and even though it's not life and death, the metaphor is life and death, right? Like, there's only one person that really gets the spoils, and that victory is everything. So, we put you in an environment where you understand. I mean, we did the same thing with him when he started. He said, "I want to be pro. I want to be a world champion one day." And we're like, okay. So we treated him very differently, and just kind of waiting to see how he react. Honestly, like every day we beat him up and we just watch. Does he feel sorry for himself? Is he making excuses, or is he making the choice to come back and try and get the dub?
Correct.
And he got the message, and now he does it to us. So
That's right.
full circle.
Let's go.
Let's go on the ring. That's right.
Finn, come here and give me love, buddy. Come here and give me love. I'm so tired of Finn.
My name is Brian Beal. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I'll be Ollie's strength and conditioning coach through this camp. We're stoked. This will be our third camp together, so I know what Ollie's capable of, and I know where we're going to be going this time. Today's day one, so we'll be taking him through an assessment, kind of just seeing how his body's moving, seeing how his body's feeling, and then we'll set up our program for these next 6 months and get after it. So I'm super stoked for the journey.
And who's that?
That's Finn. That's Coach Finn. That's my assistant. So he'll be in the gym with us too, supporting and make sure we're on the right track. Today we're going to look at the way that your pelvis moves, your pelvic rotation, your torso rotation, your squat work, your lat lengthening, your hamstring lengthening, your 90-90 on your hip and your shoulder, single leg balance work, and single leg bridge work.
At the beginning of training, you just gotta really hold on and tell yourself that like, this is the beginning. It won't be the beginning forever. It fucking sucks. It just blows. Like, and then you look to your left and you have Kurosh, like, he's just like, yep, done with my 100 sit-ups, done with my 100 legs. And I'm like, bro, I'm still 2 workouts behind you and you're done? But yeah, like, here's the thing, it sucks, but then you get over it and you keep coming day after day after day. And then it gets easier. You start realizing you get shit done faster, you use less energy. But yeah, the first like week or two when you're kind of picking up this level of intensity of working out and moving your body, it's not good. It's not good. It hurts. Everything hurts. Your feet hurt. My legs hurt. Sometimes my head hurts. My neck hurts. Everything just fucking hurts. And you just gotta keep going because that's the only way you'll get stronger. It's the only way things will get better. There are times as I was doing like the fucking neck crunches or the sit-ups or the things, I was like, it'll only be this hard once if I keep going. The next time should be easier, in theory. And it is, it actually is.
Hey, thank you guys so much for today, I appreciate it. Of course, day one.
Nice work.
Come on, baby.
Great work today.
Appreciate it. My God. Bro, and to think I gotta wake up tomorrow and do that shit again. Fuck. Feeling good. My body is sore as fuck, but we're just gonna have to push through the sparring today. It's actually like every part of my body hurts, quite literally.
No regrets?
What's up?
No regrets about
Not yet. There's definitely the whispers are coming in, but I don't think, not yet. We're not bailing out yet. I'm gonna be completely honest. Knowing the type of guy Milan is, he might just be like, nephew, give it to him for real, like this first session, just so that like, try to scare him basically. See if he's really locked into the idea of boxing again. I really like sparring days more than training days because training is like, it's just flat out hard. Sparring is hard, but you could only take so much, you know, like you could only get beat up so much before they're like stop, or like I don't know how to put it. It's just more fun. Like you're actually fucking doing something against somebody than just exhausted. The training days in boxing is just like exhaust yourself so that you can come back stronger the next day, and so that you could increase your stamina, or that so you could perfect your punch a little bit more. The sparring days allow you to actually see what you've been working on and aren't as strenuous in that way, where it's like you're just focusing on gassing yourself out. Like they'll make me do more rounds. Like they'll make me do rounds so that I do have to fight and work on exhausting myself. But it's just more engaging, I think.
Yeah. But for you, definitely roll out. Like take like 5-10 minutes, roll out, and then we'll do some specific drills, and then we're gonna see how you do against Nephew today.
Okay, sounds good. Feel good? Gonna beat you up? No, I'm kidding.
That's the only way we're gonna grow.
Sparring's a bitch because there's a lot of it that's mental, especially when you're getting back into it and you haven't like done it in a while. You go in and just punching somebody is weird. I have sparred before, so I have that experience, but when you go into a gym, some new people, some new faces I've never seen, so it's always like this game of like, oh fuck, I really don't want to get my ass beat.
He's so quick. He's so fucking quick. Damn.
But I think after the 3 or 4 times that you spar with like new people or in a new environment or just sparring in general, you start to understand that sparring is practice. So you shouldn't go in there and try to like just fucking take somebody out with all you got. You should have an idea of what you want to accomplish, what you're trying to get better at. This isn't like something that I really knew before boxing. I thought in sparring you just kind of go in and you try to like sauce up with everything that you've accumulated, and you could do that too. But definitely my coaches have guided me to understanding that if you're going to be sparring, have something that you've been working on throughout the week that you want to implement into your sparring session, so that you could see if you could implement that shit live against an actual body. And I think once you view sparring like that, once you try to work in technique and other things that you've been meaning to work on, but just live with like somebody else, it kind of helps bring the anxiety down. It helps bring that fear down because you got your game that you're working on.
There you go. Bring the heart rate down. Find yourself. When you're in there, you don't need to be worried about power. Just try to stay composed. Stay busy with your jab. Mix up your tempo. Right? So sometimes it's here. Sometimes here. Bop, bop. Sometimes a little bit slower. Sometimes different levels. Mix in the thing. Try to establish your jab and keep the range. With a taller fighter, see if you can keep the range. All right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
By all means, getting punched fucking sucks. And we have plenty of footage of me getting punched and it sucking. I try to keep my eye on the things that we're supposed to be improving on. If we have a sparring session where I get my ass beat, but there's one aspect that I really wanted to work on that we did really well on, that's a win. Even though I got my ass beat.
Yes! Yes! There we go! There we go! There he is! There he is! Come on, come on, break time!
That was not easy.
It was intense. It was intense. I think, like, you know, you heard Coach say everything that we had to work on, and I'm happy that I could at least see it. It would be a lot more frustrating if I think he was telling me things and I wasn't able to understand the methodology behind it, and then I wasn't able to apply it. But I mean, everything that he was saying made sense, so I think that makes me feel good about getting my ass whooped today. Like, you know what I mean? Once the punches start coming your way, the soreness kind of disappears. All the body aches and stuff.
Nothing gets you to really like hone in on what's most important, and that's survival, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as somebody starts threatening your survival, you know, pain, soreness, lady problems, whatever, it all goes out the window.
But then it comes right back.
You know, I feel like it kind of resets things and puts things in perspective. Like, this isn't that big of a deal. I might be upset about it, but it's not as big of a deal as I was giving it credit for when you do something that's a little more primal like this.
Man, I'll never forget after Was it? No, this was after chess boxing.
Yeah.
That thing, the adrenaline dump I had that like week after.
Yeah.
I was like nothing in life. Like I was like, how am I gonna feel that way again? It was crazy. It made everything else seem small in life. Like I had no problems, but besides the problem of like, damn, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like that was a good time.
What's up, baby? Doing well. Ready to get it. Let's go. What's up? I'm Will Neff. I'm the other guy in the training camp. I watched Ali fight in his last 2 fights, I guess, and I was kind of there. And then they asked me to fight in this one, so I'm joining along. And hopefully we push each other. And hopefully my old ass body holds up this entire camp. So we'll see.
So compared to the other training camps that I've done, I didn't really have training partners to like do the journey with. And this time around it's a bit different because we got my boy Will Neff, and then we also have Karosh. Having those two there, it's cool to have one person that is way ahead of my skill level, which is Karosh, because I'll get my ass whooped and I'll be able to watch him when he's in there and learn a lot and pick up a lot of different things from him. And then Will is what I would say the person that's like more towards my skill level. When it was his first time sparring, he would just kind of like book at us and hit me with a lot of like energy and just come at me full force. And I had to learn how to like manage that and work around that. We kind of have like a trinity right now of just partners that I train with that are really helping my game. And in turn, I hope I'm helping them. I know Will has been coming into training and it's his first time boxing in general, and he's already telling me that he loves it and that he feels like his game is getting better and better and better.
This is our third sparring training. It's gonna get fun. We're getting Will in here. It's getting real. The training camp is live.
Go straight.
No straight. Only jabs. Only jabs. And hit each other.
I like it.
Much harder for him to make contact with you when you just do simple shit like put your hands up. Right down. Good run. Take a breather. So I coach with Milan Ali. We've been working with him for a little while now. We helped him out for his first fight in Creator Clash, and now he's back, and we're just helping him get sharp and ready for whatever he's going to do next. There's definitely some work to be done, but it's not too bad. He did 12 rounds today. It was hard on him. We expected that, but we'll see what happens moving forward.
When it comes to everybody that's involved with the camp, Brian, strength and conditioning, he's gonna work with me when it comes to anything outside of boxing, the weightlifting, cardio, mobility, stability. Brian always brings the vibes. He's always just happy and cheerful. You cannot not smile when Brian is around. And then Damo is head coach, and his sole thing is making me a killer. He's gonna focus on my technique, he's gonna focus on every aspect of my game and try to improve it. Milan is kind of like a co-coach position. He adds extra input on top of Damo's critique and input, and just make sure that I'm really kind of giving it my all. Milan's like the general. Like he's really like about his business. He'll give you shit straight, and they all communicate in a way that is so my language. And so that's like the most valuable thing of all. Like I remember the first few times I started working with them, and they were like explaining certain things to me, and it just clicked. They knew how to use words the right way. They spoke a language that I understand, and they just overall have an attitude that I could really respect. And that's like, we're gonna put in work, but we're also gonna have a good time while doing it.
Yeah, keep me in the spot you want me. Boom, boom. You see what I'm saying? Now you blinded me.
Yeah, I'm moving here, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like peace control.
Yeah.
In Fortnite.
Yeah. So
No, that's crazy.
You blind them and then you hit them.
Wait, I love that. Wait, that's so good.
Yeah. So those are just good little habits. You want to stay physical with the guy.
Yeah, well, Mike, or not Mike, Kevin.
Kevin.
There's a weird last name. 185. Yeah, locked in. And we have some footage of him.
Do we?
Like MMA footage, yeah. Of him kind of lightly sparring. Yeah.
You got it. Do you have it?
Yeah, you want to see it?
He's very MMA.
Yeah.
Big over right hand. Good head movement. He's got feet. He's got some feints. Oh, we're gonna have a fight, bro.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good. He's got 6 months to train. And he's been training.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for it. Like, I'm happy that it's somebody that has like some experience.
Oh, he's got head movement.
Yeah.
He's got speed.
It's exciting.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're gonna be 5 times faster than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have good feet when he's throwing his punches, and you see he squares up and loses balance.
So try and fight like an MMA guy?
No, don't try to fight like an MMA guy. Just like right now when you're working today, try to keep the frequency up with the jab. Because the better that Ali will be able to deal with the jab, this guy won't be able to get shit started. And you see he's already flat-footed, so there's no need for us to even let this guy get close. A good jab should be able to keep this guy at bay.
Yeah.
You know, and those big ugly swings, the jab
Those
was
are the wills.
Yeah. So Will actually be good sparring until he cleans up to prepare for this motherfucker. But you see chin way in the air, and when he comes in, when he's leading in, his head's straight up here.
Yeah.
So if your first instinct isn't to just necessarily slide away, but just boom, jam him up right there,
Yeah.
he'll be more cautious before he steps in on you, and then you can take better control. Yeah, we can take him. We still prepare like a motherfucker just in case for anything. And we don't want no surprises.
For sure.
But yeah, not getting complacent, being flat-footed in front of this guy, because that's the only time he feels confident enough to swing is when this guy is just sitting still, not doing shit.
Yeah.
He'll go for something.
Yeah.
But if you stay active, just how we were just talking about, creating big circles around him, not being flat-footed, using your jab, you should have a real easy time in there.
Yeah.
Prepare ourselves for the worst, but I think
sure.
if you stick to that shit, it'll be a really good spot.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
He seemed like, I mean, in terms of even like our last fight, you know, we thought that Hundar was a little like stumpy.
Exactly.
so
those
it's
are
the same
those style matchups. You eat those guys alive all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need somebody that has a little bit more athleticism to be able to keep up with.
A little more speed.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting, dude, I feel like I should look up his name. But dude, his name is so long. Okay, I'm fighting Kevin. So we're looking up his name because his last name is so fucking hard to pronounce. We're gonna let's pop it up on screen. Boom. There's his first and last name right there. Good luck trying to pronounce it. I'm not gonna try. But yeah, his name is Kevin. He works at Glitch Studios, actually very successful animation studio. They've had series that are on Netflix. My Digital Circus, I think, is the show. Very, very popular. But we're fighting him, and he's got prior MMA experience. So out of all my fights, he definitely has the most experience in terms of fighting in general. Now, like the main question is like, can he take that experience and put it into boxing? Or is he gonna be somebody that has a bunch of things he has to correct because he's used to MMA posture and the way that they hold their guard or the way that they throw punches? And I'm sure in his training camp, those are questions that they're trying to solve or answer, or those are solutions that they're coming up with while they're boxing. Also, Kevin, if you're watching this, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm probably right. But that's okay, because we're working against you. But it's all good. I'm gonna see you fight night. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy too, because he could just be watching the shit that we're putting out and kind of get an idea of how I box and study that shit come fight night. But you know, that is the risk that I was willing to take with wanting to document all this and show you guys it throughout the process of the training. And it's something that's kind of pushing me to work a little bit harder, to push myself a little bit further in those times where I get a little tired, you know?
Ooh. Easy. Good work, bro. Bro, today I woke up literally like did not feel like a human being.
Oh shit.
Literally thinking like, I do not want to fucking box, yada yada yada, you know, like talking to myself.
Yeah. But now you come and got
Feel so much better.
It's always, I don't think anybody ever regrets going and get their fucking workout in.
Like I literally I felt overwhelmed with life today. Like I was feeling really shitty coming in.
And then you take a little poop on yourself, but good shit, you made it. Made it through the gauntlet today.
Yeah.
More the same than tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll get some more active rounds in, but you know, we gotta start clocking the rounds in the ring. That's a little improvement will be made. You know, and we just keep it up with this pace, no injuries and all that shit. We should be good by the time comes. For fight night.
Bet.
Yep. How's the weight?
Weight's good. It's coming down.
Nice.
I mean, I was at like 194 when, like after the holidays, and even just a week after, I'm back at 193. So we're starting to melt off. Was the first month almost down? Feeling good. I definitely like. There's still a lot of areas where I see like a lot of improvement could be made, but I definitely feel like I'm always gonna feel okay with being bad at something as long as I can like understand where we're going. And I think that's like an important part, is everything that they're telling me, I'm not like scratching my head over. I'm like, okay, I could see that, I could understand that. Yesterday when Damo laid it out in Fortnite terms, I like picked it up immediately, which is really funny, but like, it makes myself cringe, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, I'm a Fortnite player, you know, like, peace control. So peace control in Fortnite, Damo, is like, in Fortnite, the main meta right now is like you like box fight is what they call it. That's like you put a box around yourself, and then the other person tries to get into your box. Oh, okay. Like you build 4 walls and build a box around you. But so like, let's say you're the person attacking the person in the box. If you get some control over their box, you would then move to the side and already build the box beside them so that they can't take that space with their box, like with their walls. And so exactly what you were saying was like, you know, do your 1-2 and then move to the side, but also occupy that space and keep them there. That's like literally the same thing. And I like pictured it in my brain. I was like, it's like, wait, I've been working on this shit.
I mean, there's a lot of parallels, I'm pretty sure, within that game to like any other form of combat.
Yeah, I mean, just competitive fighting, like different styles, right?
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day, one person loses, one person wins.
Yes. Zero-sum game right there.
Yeah.
No second place.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, into the first month, there's definitely a lot of work to be done. Today was a rough day, waking up and just thinking about life and boxing in general. I was definitely like, fuck. I don't know, do I want to do this for another 5-6 months, buddy? But coming today and just getting it done today definitely made things a little bit more digestible. I'm not thinking too hard about it. I don't know why I was so anxious with life in general today. It's just one of those days, you know? But I remember like before I left the house today, I just was like, you know, I got a time where I got to be somewhere and I'm going to show up. So I'm going to go do it regardless of how I feel right now. And then I'm going to see how I feel after. Because if I really hated it, I wouldn't be feeling good right now. At least that's what I think. If I really didn't want to do it, I wouldn't be feeling so good right now.
Devastation comes to California.
More than 150,000 are under evacuation orders.
Fear and concern is growing tonight as flames light up the Los Angeles hillsides. Firefighters are scrambling to contain several major fires.
Make sure I have everything just in case. Just getting all the stuff together. It's been a minute since we've actually been in the boxing gym, but now so much shit has happened. I mean, we had fucking fires in California that took us out of the gym for a week, and then we also had just me getting sick after that as well. Like, I evacuated from our house because the Palisades fires were moving a little bit more north, and I was like, I'm just gonna evacuate so I don't have to think about it. So then I went and stayed in like Santa Barbara for the weekend, and then the end of that week, no, it was in the middle of the week. So I think like Friday I ended up getting sick, and then following training for the rest of that week, I just was kind of out of commission. And I don't think I was like crazy sick, but it was just better to, just in case I did have something, I didn't want to spread it to anybody that I'm training with. But overall, I'm feeling better now. I kind of have like a little bit of a cough now, but the whole like body aching, kind of feeling like a little queasy is completely gone. So we're heading back to training, and I'm excited to get back in there though. but also it's like, damn, we haven't trained for 2 weeks. Like, I think my number one concern is always like cardio. Like I always feel like I'm gonna get in there and then I'm just gonna be like dying. So I'm just hoping that that's not the case. I've also been losing a bit of weight, which has been nice over the past few weeks. So we've stayed on our goal of weight loss at least, because we are gonna be fighting at 185. So at least there's that in terms of progression while I've been sick. I think overall I'm excited. I think we were making really, really good progress before we hopped out of the gym. And so like a part of me is worried that that progress will be gone to some degree. But then another part of me just really hopes that, you know, maybe some rest actually helps the process, which is what I like telling myself. You know, it's also true, like sometimes letting your body rest, letting your brain rest on concepts and subconsciously just sleep on them, it could help like form them and help them tie together a little better than just kind of hammering it out every day. So I'm kind of using some coping methods to feel better and just put my best foot forward when I do go to the gym, and to be excited for it rather than feel like, oh shit, I've been out 2 weeks, I'm gonna fucking suck. It's, you know, it's all doom and gloom. But you know, I'm just, thankfully it's not longer than 2 weeks. But then, and yeah, like there's been times where I've thought about my opponent and the fact that he does have like prior fighting experience. And like 2 weeks out is, you know, that's essentially 8 training sessions that my opponent now has on me. So yeah, that's a little worrying for sure. But we just got to go in there and kick ass and train a little bit harder, I guess. That's all you can do. You know, that's really it, you know?
Oh, they were good. I won both of them, yeah.
Oh, you had 2?
2 fights this weekend, 2 wins.
Damn. Good shit. Look at that one. Who's he getting looking for? What? Start caring about his hair?
No,
What's up with that?
He feels out of shape, so he's gonna start working out.
Oh, for real? He's do-ragged up.
Oh yeah. Well, again.
So you start caring about your hair health?
No. I put this on, so when I put the headgear on him, you know.
You're putting on the headgear. Hold on. First day back and they got me sparring. Motherfuckers. Not as bad as I was expecting. For being out for 2 weeks. Yeah. It was jab only though, so we'll see what's up. Sweating. It's hard. It's only up from here though. Whew. It's just exhausting. We locked in. Let's go. So I could feel being 2 weeks out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can feel one bad meal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Still a lot to learn. Every day. Today's definitely one of those days where it's just like, fuck. Happy I'm here, but hard work. Oh.
a lot of times when you guys are swinging, you're either overcommitting or just completely losing the position that you're in. Your balance will be off. You know, throw some goofy shit and get caught. That's when you want to be the most buttoned up, when you're sliding in with your punches. You know, everything's supposed to be tightened up so nothing can slip through. Yep. And then managing your range right afterwards. So tomorrow, that's like what we're working on exclusively. And then the sparring sessions that follow that should be the focus point for you. Yeah, no loosey-goosey shit. You know what I'm saying? You have any holes there, an experienced guy will exploit it. Or somebody could get lucky, you know what I'm saying? We don't want either or. He's getting ready for fights. Like, he already fought twice this past weekend, but still, he has to work on the same shit. It's the same thing, the whole process. The creativity is for your offense, but you know, when it comes to your defense, there's strict movements you gotta abide by. If you can handle that, this other guy will be no problem.
Hard to get to him.
He has good legs. He has good legs. But now you see what you'll be providing guys on the opposite end. That's kind of like what we want you to be doing. You know, not making shit easy. Frustrating them with your movement. You'll get them to fall off balance and then you can punch on them. Otherwise, we stay there. We stay there. Keeping them in the same spot the whole time. Very good.
Very good.
Alon, how we do today?
You know, gotta get back on the road. You know, that road work's important. You can know how to do everything, but you gotta be able to do shit.
For all day.
All day.
However long the fight's gonna last.
Yes, sir.
How'd I do against you?
You know, coming off a long break. It's been sick. You know,
buddy, let me cut to the chase, buddy. I got my ass. He could have laid me flat multiple times.
You know, we're rebuilding, guys. We're rebuilding. It's not where he's at today. June 28th.
It felt like, even when I was watching you against Nephew, it feels like you know the engagement range like it's a second nature.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like crazy to go up against. Like, especially for someone that's like still like learning it. Like, I'm like trying to like widen my stance to set myself up better and learn more about the space. When I was even just watching you against Nephew, like, you were so comfortable in certain ranges just because you knew that like it was going to take a little bit too long for his punches to get to you, or he wasn't going to throw them at all. And I was like, that shit was crazy. Oh, that shit's tough.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. We're going to work on that, Ali.
So, honestly, not that bad. I feel great after, so that's really good. I wasn't expecting us to spar either, so it was a pretty intense day for a first day back. With that being the day, I mean, I think we did like 12 rounds today total, and you know, we had some good moments, some moments that weren't so good. You guys, you know, you heard Coach and everything, all the critique that he had to give, and but honestly, it was not as bad as I kind of thought it was going to be. And that's how I feel like it usually works. Like, you know, you think about all these ways that it's going to be bad, but then you go in there and then you realize like, oh, you know, we have been. It's only been 2 weeks off compared to all the training that we have done, and like that's really like, you know, I was trying to tell myself that as I was driving here. It's like, you know, I know that it's not going to be as bad as I think it is, and so just get there, put in the work, and try to make it happen, which is what we did. I'll say the only time I was looking extremely like down in the dumps was against Milan. Like, I was just fucking gassed. Like, I was fully gassed at that point. Like, there was nothing left in the tank, and he makes my brain work in ways that is not fun with somebody of like my experience level. It's like really fucking hard to spar against him because he's so intelligent with his range and his space and his distance, and you know, he knows when I'm gonna like strike or not strike before I even think about it myself, is what it feels like. But overall, it's not a bad first day at all. Not a bad first day back, and hopefully there's no other speed bumps or road bumps to get in the way of training. So now we train all the way through to the fight. So I'm feeling good about it. It's gonna be fun.
You have from today 153 days going until the fight.
153 days, huh? 153 days. You know, it's so weird. You hear that number and like the first thing that pops to my mind is like, that's a lot of days. But then I remember how fast days go by. It's not a lot of days. I'm gonna go to sleep and then I'm gonna wake up and 153 days is gonna pass. We're gonna be walking into the stadium. We're gonna be behind the stage, warming up. It's gonna be the day before. People are gonna be asking me how my nerves are. Friends are gonna be in the audience, and that night's gonna happen. Feeling pretty fucking good about my chances. Not gonna lie. If there's one thing that I have going for me, regardless of boxing skill, regardless of the training, regardless of anything, it's like, I will not enter that ring fight night and not think that I can beat my opponent. Even if it's a delusion that I have a chance. I don't know, I'm very good at convincing myself that we're gonna fucking win this thing. If I'm going into a competition and the battlefield is fair and even, and it's two guys with boxing gloves and we're going to fight each other. I don't think you will ever hear me say that I don't feel like I'm feeling bad, I don't feel good about our chances, just because I know, like, once you start thinking in that realm, once you start kind of letting a little seed of doubt grow in your mind, it really, really can take over. And you don't want to be pulling up June 28th, like, fuck. I don't know if we got this, guys. So even if I gotta lie to myself, which I don't feel like I'm doing now, like, I really do trust my trainers. I trust the work that they put in, and I know that I'm able to listen and hear the things that they want us to improve on, and that's what makes me so fucking confident in come that day that we're gonna take this shit home, no doubt. Truly want to thank anybody that has watched the video to this point. I feel like this has been such a cool opportunity to show you guys just a different aspect of my life and to show you what this entire journey is or could be, and the fact that you want to watch it, and there's a lot of things you can watch online nowadays, and a lot of the times, people are screaming and are curating things specifically for your attention. And it's really awesome that you guys willingly chose to, join us for this adventure, watch this series, and just be a part of this entire thing. We're a team together, and that's what it's about. So thank you very much. The world and just the internet in general, there's a lot of so much to consume at any point in time. And I feel like people do a really good job of making you want to watch certain things. And we're trying to do the same thing here, obviously, but with kind of like a more behind the scenes look, more grounded look and approach. And I just hope if you do enjoy it, like I'm just glad that you enjoy it. So thank you, because we're enjoying making this and having you guys along with us. So thank you.